All right, so boom, y'all. I was thinking the other day about all of the XXL freshmen, and I realized that not only do some people just fall off, some people fall off as soon as the freshman list is over. We have people like Amine and PNB Rock who, after the freshman list is over, they get right to work and they start releasing new projects. Then you have others who they either don't release projects at all or they did, but nobody cared. Anyway, let's get started.
They say the good die young, so the bad die old. Guess we somewhere in the middle, so just pray for my soul. All I wanna do is right, but all I'm seeing is wrong. And I'm trying to stay strong.
John Connor is one of the dopest rappers to ever be on XXL, and to me, he has the #1 best XXL cipher ever. However, John Connor will forever be slept on. In 2015, just 1 year after being a freshman, people already didn't care about him anymore. And 3 years later, in 2018, people still don't care. Since being on the list, the only projects John has released are 2 mixtapes, one of them being, get ready for this title, y'all, Best in the World, the late registration of a college dropout who had a dark, twisted fantasy of 808s and heartbreak. I know, right? Literally, the entire mixtape is him rapping over instrumentals from Kanye West songs. It's a dope mixtape, but no. The only notable thing John has done since then is a collab with Keke Palmer he did in 2016, referencing the Flint, Michigan water crisis, since Flint, Michigan is his hometown and all. But other than that, John Connor has been nowhere to be found.
Shout to swim my way. Yeah, I just want you to come to my place. Yeah, I'ma pull up in the IA. Yeah, she just want the wood like a fireplace.
I remember when Cap G first got picked to be a freshman, everybody was saying one or two things. Either they don't know who the hell he is, or isn't that guy from that movie dope? So thanks to the success of his song Girlfriend, Cap G was able to secure a spot on the 2017 list. And while his freestyle and cypher were alright, a year later, Cap G is so irrelevant that it's ridiculous. One of the biggest criticisms that people have of Cap is that he's not able to shine by himself. All of his most popular songs feature some huge rapper that ends up doing a better job than him. Whether you agree with that or not, one thing that's a fact at this point is that nobody is looking forward to a Cap G project. After being on the freshman list, Cap G has released one EP in 2017 and then a mixtape and an album in 2018. Now, this is actually part of the problem. You were just a freshman last year. You've released 3 projects since then, and you're still irrelevant. This is not even trial and error at this point. This is just like, are you sure you want to continue doing music, sir? Because this isn't working out for you. Like, your fan base isn't as big as you think it is. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think of Cap G, but the last time I checked, Cap G wasn't on nobody's radar. I'm going to say this right now, and I don't care what anybody says. Lil Dicky was not relevant at all before he released Freaky Friday with Chris Brown in early 2018. I always hate it when people try to say an artist isn't irrelevant anymore just because they had one hit. If you tried to say that Lil Dicky wasn't relevant earlier this year, people would have been like, oh, but don't he got that one song with Chris Brown? Like, bro, that's one song. He's still not out here like that. In 2017, a year later after being on the freshman list, the only thing Lil Dicky did was release his EP, I'm Brain. After that, nothing. For the past year, Lil Dicky hasn't done a single thing but get one hit song with Chris Brown. And you know what? While I'm at it, I'm about to throw Gold Link in here too. I like Gold Link, but Golding had one hit song in 2016 with Crew. And everybody knows that song was only as popular as it was because of that fire angelic ass hook by Brent Fayez, not because of Goldlink. Goldlink released his At What Cost project in early 2017, but after that, he hasn't done anything major since. So for this third spot, this actually goes to Goldlink and Lil Dicky. They both are good artists, but neither one of them was relevant until one song came out. And then after that song was over, they went right back down to irrelevancy.
Big money, get money, we do things. How I get everything I want.
Now, Kamaya has got to be the most disrespected XXL freshman ever. As soon as she got chosen for the list, people were clowning her left and right. People were saying she looked like Ed from Good Burger, saying she looked like Mr. Krabs' mom. Even during the cipher, people were saying she came dressed up as a speed cola machine. Like, nobody gave this woman any respect at all. And once her freestyle and cipher was over, she propelled right back into being irrelevant. Just months after being chose for a freshman, she dropped her Before I Wake EP, but like, who listened to that? I truthfully feel bad for Kamari because she does make nice sounding music, but this video isn't about whether the music is good or bad. It's about whether the person is still popular or not. And last time I checked, nobody is saying Speed Cola is their favorite rapper. Kamaya is only known for rapping the hook and YG's Why You Always Hating song, and nothing more.
please tell me why you always hate me. Why you wait? Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
But as long as you're right here, none of the gossip, nothing can stop us. I wanna love you with no fears.
Son took her money, daughter hungry, bought the shit, there's no refunding, she's hostage.
Oh, wait. I'm fucking your bitch, huh?
You ain't bringing nothing to the table and be happy with your leftovers. Her be another dead body stepped over.
Tell me where you wanna go.
Now, the 2015 class is considered the worst class in XXL history. Not really because of talent-wise, but because most of the people on this list are either irrelevant now or they never blew up to begin with. Only Vince Staples is a recognizable name from that list. I'm not including Fetty Wap because Fetty Wap didn't fall off strongly until 2017, so it wasn't an immediate drop. Also, I'm not including Shy Glizzy because as much as I don't like Shy Glizzy, the people in the DMV actually support this man. I don't know why. People in the DMV actually like Shy Glizzy. He's actually getting some success off of his mixtapes and his albums, so unfortunately, there are a lot of people that like him, and that's what keeps him going. Everybody else, though, are gone. Dej Loaf, I live in Detroit, Michigan, which is Dej Loaf's hometown. Even we stopped looking for Dej Loaf a while ago. After her song, No Fears, she has done very minimal. She had a song with Leon Bridges this year titled Liberate, but that's not enough. If Dej Loaf were to announce that she was coming out with a new project, I don't think a single person would care. Rory, people already didn't even know where he came from, and considering he wore an Industry Plant t-shirt during his time on XXL, that kind of explains everything. He was featured on Jaden Smith's Sire album, and he had a mixtape in April 2018, but that's two notable things in the past 3.5 years. Stuff like this is why the 2015 class gets no respect, because most of the people from the class aren't doing anything now. Kid is not even worth spending that much time on talking about. He released 3 mixtapes since being on the list, and he's still forgotten. He's not known at all. His XXL freestyle is actually worth checking out. I like his freestyle. I would recommend you give that a listen. But listening to him, his music in general, nah, you'll be good. OG Mako, I was honestly about to tell you guys that OG Mako can actually make good music when he tries to. He's released many projects since being on the list in 2015, and I was going to recommend checking him out. But just 3 months ago, the dude announced that he was retiring from music, so don't even bother at this point. Don't even waste your time.
Now we mapped it out, it's cross the map. East Coast to the West Coast. Welcome back, motherfucking mother. Yeah. Told them bitch you guessed it. Now I'm living.
Now, funny enough, K-Camp is someone who, although he is irrelevant in a mainstream sense, he actually has a huge loyal fan base, kind of like Audio Push. Even though they may not be as big as they once was, they're still able to put out a decent amount of music, and they actually have a lot of people rooting for them. The reason I didn't exclude K-Camp for this list like I did for Young Hefe is because K-Camp isn't as successful. He has a loyal fan base, but they're not that big. He's not charting on any major list, so yeah, he deserves a spot. And last but not least, we have Tink. Now, I love Tink's music. I have a whole playlist on my channel of her music. I don't care much for her rapping, but her singing is phenomenal. The reason why Tink's career went off the rails was because of the producer Timbaland. Tink was supposed to release her Think Tink album, but she was under contract with Timbaland, and he was the one in control of when she can put out her music. And when it came to her Think Tink album, he just kept telling her, oh no, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. No, it's not perfect enough. So in the meantime, the only thing Tink could do was release her Winter's Diary mixtapes, which are all fire, by the way. Rolling Mixtape even named Winter's Diary 4 as the 20th best rap album of 2016, so the girl can definitely put in work. She's been able to get out of her contract with Timbaland, and she's an independent artist now, but it's going to be a long road to get back to relevancy for Tink. She dropped her EP Pain for Pleasure in 2018, and I mean, the MP had enjoyable songs, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if there are any XXL freshmen out there that you immediately forgot was on the list because they weren't doing anything to keep your interest. And actually, now that I think about it, I forgot that Trippie Redd was an XXL freshman this year, 2018. I didn't include anybody from the 2018 class on purpose because the list literally just happened a few months ago, so I wanted to wait. But when I think about the 2018 freshman class, Trippie Redd does not come to my mind at all, considering that he didn't want to do a cypher because he thought the beats were going to be trash. He said he only wanted to come and do his freestyle, and he spit the same freestyle that people have heard like 15 million times already. You lazy bitch! But make sure to follow my Twitter and Instagram. I'll link them in the description, and I'll hit you guys up later.
See, I got money, I got paper. I hustle's hard in the new Chuck Taylors.